Hi there, Tony Rice from Yarm Martial Arts Academy, Chief Instructor. Great to see you again, guys. Okay, if you just come across this YouTube video, this is slightly different to what you normally see on our videos. It's back in lockdown 3, and effectively, guys, first things first is if you're new to the channel, okay, great to see you. This Tony Talks is built around what we call our mat chats with our Ninja Tots younger group, 5 to 7 year olds, and our low grade younger children, the Karate Kids 7 and above. But basically what would happen, they ended up over time, what we did in mat chat is talk about perseverance, personal development basically, to become a black belt in life, not just in martial arts. But what actually happened, that became then a mat chat, and then the mat chats, the children could call it Tony Talks, and this is how this channel was born, basically, through Tony Talks. So today's talk, guys, is basically in regards to, we're in lockdown 3, okay? We've just come out of our Christmas and New Year, okay? We're in 2021, and basically we've gone into, in this country anyway, in Great Britain and the UK, we've gone into lockdown 3, which is basically massive lockdown. Nobody's allowed to come out apart from go to work or shopping, effectively, and go for a bit of exercise. We all have to stay in our bubbles and stuff like that. But it's been happening right across Europe, because Germany's the same, I believe Italy's the same, Spain's the same, France is definitely going to a big massive national lockdown from what I can gather. But obviously that's the situation right across the ring with this pandemic of the COVID-19. Now, today's talk is regards to that. It's how you perceive what you're doing and what you see, okay, to get the positives or the negatives out. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, a lot of people obviously will unfortunately have mental issues of being on their own or with the families and dealing with this situation, not being able to get out. And, that ends up being a bit of a spiral where it becomes boredom. Boredom becomes frustration. Frustration then becomes into, I can't remember the next level down, but it's basically the spirals down, going down all the way down. I think it's frustration, boredom becomes into introspective ends up in depression, and you end up winding down, okay, to a point where you get into a real mental issues. Now, don't get me wrong, guys, I'm not saying that, it's easy to get out, because it's not. There is mental diseases out there. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not detracting from anything that people do have issues, and I do genuinely, feel for the guys and people who like that, because I've had depression in our family, so I know exactly what it's like. But basically, guys, is also look at the perspective of going the other side. That, okay, I've got this problem, I've got this situation where we're dealing with. What's the positives? Well, the positives for me personally, okay, in regards to this, is having more time with my children. Yes, they're doing homeschooling, but I'm actually speaking to them while I'm doing my work as well, being at home. Because usually what would happen, I'd be here teaching on a night time while they're at home, and I'd be, obviously, my time off would be in the morning, and or whatever I was doing, my personal stuff in the morning, they'd be at school 9 times out of 10. So it's a bit of a cross bridge. So for me, it's a bit more personal time with them. I do think the negative side for my own children is they lose out because they're swimmers, and they lose out on their training time, like all swimmers have this year. So their training time is going to come down, they're going to go backwards slightly, but that's like all sports, all children's sports. It's not just swimming, it's just here at the martial arts. We're lucky because we can get the children to work from home with our online classes. So some sports have got the benefits, some haven't. Now, the thing is, guys, is in retrospect, it also falls down in how you look and perceive things. For instance, if there's two people at the bus stop, okay, and the bus is late, yeah, okay, one gentleman, yeah, gets frustrated. Oh, it's wasting my time, I can't be studying, I need to get to work, I need to do this. And that frustration builds up and builds up, and it bubbles over to a point where, it's frustration all day long. Every time there's a problem at work, when he does get to work, he's in that frustration mode. It's like, oh, crying out loud, where the other gentleman takes it the other view of like, oh, well, bus is late, gives me some time to think and work things out. I can sit here peacefully in my mindset and decide what I need to, I need to do this. And he organises his day, maybe he hasn't organised it, or he's thinking retrospectively and being grateful for what he has and what he's got in life. So that brings him in peace. There's your two perspectives, okay? Also, when you relate it into a conflict, or if someone's having a bit of dig at you and you turn it back, 9 times out of someone says something, I don't know, a bit sarcastic to you, yeah? You then in the situation where, you know, you could have two choices. You either bite back and be sarcastic back, or just go, oh, you're right. That then turns it back on them, okay? Because what you're doing is you're stepping back and you're taking the emotion out of it. You're controlling your emotion and controlling your life. It's the same as when you're sparring, or if you're in a true conflict street fight. You cannot have emotion in there. You have to control that emotion and step out slightly away from it and just react to what's going on. But don't say, oh, I missed that punch, oh, I missed that. It's just flow with it. It just flow with the emotion, flow with the moment. And it's also the same as the two guys at the bus stop. One lost the emotion, let the emotion control him, where the second gentleman had sat back and took control of his emotion. Well, it's pointless getting wound up. Point is getting frustrated. What's it going to achieve? It's going to achieve nothing. The bus is late. The bus is late. Just deal with it. Okay? As my mum always used to say, is it is what it is. Just deal with it. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Just deal with it. And obviously, this pandemic is something we've all had to deal with in 2020. You know, it's not just us in this country, but the whole world. And obviously, it's fallen into 2021, and it'll be with us for a while. It's not going to go away like that. It's going to be around. It's a virus, so it's going to be with us forever, so you have to deal with it. And the fact is, obviously, it has been a very hard time for us all, for one reason or another. But the thing is, guys, is how you mentally approach it and just say, right, okay, it's something we deal with. What's the positives? Always look at the positives and say, right, okay, what is it? There's always a positive and negative. You know, even in the most hard of circumstances, you know, there's always something to come out of it. You know, as Franklin said in his book, you know, The Man of All Meaning, he was you know, for those who don't know what it is, basically it's a book where he was in a concentration camp, and every day he looked for the good points within what he's doing. Obviously, life for him was hard in those, you know, especially in the camps. But basically, he looked for it and he got through it, and he came with the conclusion that how you perceive it in your mind, okay, and how you control that mindset and that emotion can get you through and look at the good things in life, even in the harshest environments. Now, it's a great book. Me personally, I find anything to do with that side of things within the war, I love history, but that, me personally, I find very difficult to deal with it emotionally. But it is part of history. You have to deal with it. The only reason why I'm like that is because of my spiritual mindset, that how one human being can do that to another. But that's another argument. I don't particularly want to go down there, but it's just the way I'm thinking. But it is a really good book. I found it actually a little bit hard to read, but very, how can I put it? Very uplifting. It was very uplifting in the mindset and the way he worked it. And basically, I took a lot from that book and thought, well, if he could do that in those extreme circumstances, I can certainly do it in my life. You know, yes, we have challenges, but the challenge is how you look at it. You know, when you take a respective step back from the emotion of what the challenge is, 9 times out of 10, it means nothing at the end of the day. It's just a challenge. You know, it's not going to change the world. It's not going to change your lifestyle. It's not going to destroy anybody. It's just a case of we just get up in the moment. We're in the bubble of that challenge. Instead of stepping back, it's okay. What's the positives? What do I have to do to get over this challenge? Then we move on. It's been really interesting in seeing this growth go through the children as well. How we've seen some of the students struggle and some of them thrive, and it all boils down to the mindset. Obviously, it's the environment as well, but basically it's that mindset of how they deal with it and how they perceive with it. And it's interesting watching children, because for me personally, up to the age of 6, you know, they have no judgment, they have no thought processes. They just do what they want, ask for what they want, play up if they don't get what they want. That's what a 6-year-old. Once 6-year-old comes, then the world around them starts implementing their mindset of what they can do and what they can't do. And basically, what I'm trying to do here, and that's me personally, I'm only talking about my own journey here, is how certain things add up in my lifetime, and what I was said as a child and I was said as a teenager impacted me going in my 20s, my 30s, my 40s. And it wasn't until I retrospected and had guidance through that that I suddenly realised, well, actually, yeah, it's my subconscious mindset leading from that. But basically, guys, it's all about your mind, because your mind controls your body. And this is what we say to the children. When they stand still, we get them to stand still to a, what we call a concentration drill, where we get them stood still and we get them to focus, and we can get the most energized kid who just can't stop themselves moving. We get them eventually to stand there for at least a minute by focusing on the mind and focusing on the body and making sure and getting that. And then we have a saying, what controls our body? And the guys will shout mind. And basically that's what it is. It's trying to slow the process down. Slow that process. For instance, going back to the bus stop, yeah? You had the situation where the guys were literally, one guy's reacted, the other one stepped back and not reacted. He's gone, okay, let's have a look at the situation. And just took that time. And that's what you need to do, guys, as we do. And as we say, in any conflict situation, any challenge, always take that little step back, or don't have any emotion in it. You do eventually have to put some emotion in, but it has to be a positive emotion, because that's how you learn, okay? That's how I personally learn anyway. Hope you enjoyed that video, guys. If you want to see the previous video, just simply click that one. And if you want to see the playlist of Tony Talks, press that one. And if you want to subscribe so you get all the videos from Tony Talks and all the other various videos we put up on our channel, on Yarm Martial Arts channel, just simply subscribe. Thanks very much for your time, guys. Have a great day. All the best.